It was the kind of night where the city seemed to hold its breath. Seoul, wrapped in its glittering lights, moved quietly under the weight of midnight. The streets were nearly empty, the cafes closing, the taxis slowing down. But somewhere, hidden from the public eye, two of Asia's most beloved stars found themselves in the same place. At the same time, with no camera supposed to be watching. Lee Min-ho, Song-hye-kyo. Names that carry not just fame but entire histories of iconic dramas, unforgettable romances, and careers that have shaped the very foundation of Korean entertainment. Both adored, both powerful, both seemingly untouchable. And yet, when the whispers began that they had been spotted together, late at night, away from crowds, away from schedules, the internet simply couldn't handle it. It started as nothing more than a rumor. A small post on a fan forum claimed, "I saw Lee Min-ho and Song-hye-kyo together. It was late, past midnight. They looked close." At first, nobody believed it. After all, how could two stars of such magnitude possibly meet in secret without the world knowing? But then came the pictures. Grainy, a little blurred, but unmistakable. Two figures, walking side by side under dim streetlights. He was tall, broad-shouldered, unmistakable even in a casual hoodie and cap. She was graceful, her long coat flowing behind her, her face partially hidden by a mask. Yet her aura, that elegance fans know so well, was impossible to disguise. And though they weren't holding hands, the closeness between them told a different story. The internet exploded. Is this real? Are Lee Min-ho and Song-hye-kyo really together? No way, this feels like a drama come to life. They look so comfortable. There's something here. Hashtags began trending across platforms. Hashtag Lee Min-ho, hashtag Song-hye-kyo, hashtag late night meeting, hashtag secret couple. And with every passing hour, the story grew. Some fans pointed out how unlikely it would be for two megastars to risk being seen together unless there was something significant. Others reminded everyone that coincidences do happen. Perhaps it was just a meeting, a discussion, maybe even a collaboration. But then, another piece of evidence surfaced. A short video clip, filmed from across the street. In it, the two can be seen stepping out of what appeared to be a small restaurant. Lee Min-ho held the door open for Song-hye-kyo, his hand lingering just slightly on the frame as she passed by. She looked up at him with a small smile, the kind that fans described as soft, unguarded, and deeply personal. And then, in one fleeting moment, his hand touched the small of her back. Just long enough to guide her, just gentle enough to feel protective. The clip was only a few seconds long. But those few seconds were enough to send millions into a frenzy. The questions piled in. Why were they meeting so late? What were they talking about? And most importantly, was this business? Or was it personal? Because let's be honest, when two stars of this magnitude meet in secret, late at night, away from the public eye, it rarely feels like just business. For fans, the idea of Lee Min-ho and Song-hye-kyo together felt like something out of fiction. Two legendary figures, each with their own iconic love stories on screen, suddenly intersecting in real life. Some even joked, if this is a drama, we need to know the title right now because we're all watching. But beneath the humor, there was a genuine fascination. Could it be that behind the walls of fame, behind the flashing cameras, a real connection had begun? Observers noted how both stars had gone through very public relationships in the past, as well as heartbreaks that fans followed closely. Perhaps, some suggested, that's why they met so quietly. They knew the value of privacy. They knew the weight of public expectation. And maybe, they just wanted a moment that belonged only to them. Theories spread rapidly. One group of fans believed they were discussing a potential drama collaboration, a project that had been rumored for years but never realized. Others were convinced that this was more than work. This was personal, intimate, and perhaps even the beginning of something new. And then came the symbolic interpretations. Fans dissected every detail of their outfits, their body language, even the restaurant they were leaving. She wore neutral colors. He dressed down. That's not just casual. That's trying not to be noticed. The way he looked at her, even in blurry photos, says everything. People who had never spoken about either actor before suddenly found themselves invested, scrolling through old interviews, comparing timelines, searching for any connection that might have existed before this night. Meanwhile, the media remained cautious. Some outlets reported it as a possible collaboration meeting. Others leaned into the romance angle, with headlines like, "Late Night Sparks? Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo spotted together away from cameras." But what really drove the frenzy wasn't the headlines. It was the fans, their voices, their theories, their emotions pouring out across every platform. What fascinated everyone most was the simplicity of it all. No luxury cars. No grand entourage. No staged appearance. Just two people, walking side by side, sharing a moment in the quiet of the night. And somehow that made it even more powerful. Because it didn't feel like performance. It felt real. As the hours turned into days, neither Lee Min-ho nor Hye Kyo addressed the rumors. No confirmations. No denials. And in the world of celebrity culture, silence often speaks louder than words. Fans took it as a sign. A sign that maybe, just maybe, there was something worth protecting. Some even went as far as to say that this was destiny. That after years of walking parallel paths in the same industry, these two stars had finally crossed in a way that was undeniable. One fan tweeted, "If this is real, it's not just a couple, it's history being made." Another wrote, "We've watched them both shine separately. Imagine the brilliance if they shine together." And perhaps that is what captivated people the most. The possibility. The possibility that behind those grainy photos and shaky videos, a love story was quietly unfolding. Of course, not everyone was convinced. Skeptics argued it was nothing more than coincidence. A dinner between colleagues. A simple conversation blown out of proportion. But even skeptics couldn't ignore the way the world reacted. Because the truth is, sometimes it doesn't matter what really happened. What matters is the story people see, the emotions they feel, the dream they hold on to. And the dream of Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo, together in secret under the midnight lights, was a dream too powerful to ignore. So, are they dating? Is it just friendship? A collaboration in the making? No one truly knows. At least not yet. But what we do know is this. For one night, the city held its breath. For one night, two stars walked side by side, unaware that a million eyes would soon follow. And for one night, the world dared to believe in a story that felt bigger than any drama script, because it wasn't scripted at all. It was real. Or at least, real enough to leave fans breathless. And maybe that's the magic of it. Whether it was love, friendship, or fate, Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo reminded us all of something simple yet profound. That even the brightest stars shine differently when they step into the quiet of the night. And sometimes, it's in those quiet, stolen